Okay, I'm supposed to be live, and I'm trying to find myself. Ooh, 3 likes. I'm sorry for the silence, if there's anybody there. This is going so slow. Yeah. Okay. On my way, on my way. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Oh my God. Okay. This is going fine. Now I see the chat. Hola. Hola, everybody. Okay, just give me a minute to breathe. Okay. I see the chat. I'm gonna try to figure this out. Come on, you can do it. What's going on with this? Okay. Now I can see myself and I see the chat. Everything's fine. Everybody hears me and sees me and everything is fine. We can see and hear you. Great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. For the Spanish people or Spanish language subscribers, this is going to be in English, okay? So, no Spanish tonight. Tonight is all English because this is a special event for the Tarot community. Oh, okay. Coming right after Jeff, it's going to be hard. It's going to be big shoes to fill. And also, I'm really sorry because my energy, it's going to be kind of low. I've been in a trip for the most part of the day. I just arrived in the late afternoon to my home. So, but yeah, I just wanted to participate. So, hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I was kind of watching Jeff's session. It was amazing. I was multitasking, so I wasn't really listening to everything. And that was the only one that I could really watch. So I'll have to watch all the videos from the beginning next day, tomorrow, or something like that. Okay. Oh, thank you. You're all so kind and so nice. So, my subject for this Tarothon is Tarot, those big life lessons. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say anything especially bright after all the people that has talked in this, but I'm going to try. This idea came to life actually thanks to Simon because of the interview he did to me in his channel. Those are fantastic. I love them. And there's a question that he likes to ask. I'm not sure if I saw him in the chat. What? About lessons that tarot teach us. Like, what's the most important lesson that the tarot has taught me? And I thought about two things. But then when I was thinking about this event, I thought, okay, I think there are more than two. So I can expand on that a little bit more. Yeah, we need to low relaxed energy. Okay. Okay, that's good. Good. That is exactly what you're gonna have, and nothing else. Oh, hey, Dak. So cool. Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, anybody wants to be moderator? Simon, do you want to be moderator? Do you mind? I think I'm gonna do it straight away. first time I do this, so yes. You are a moderator now. I hope you don't mind. Okay, cool. Okay, now everything is in its place. So, first big lesson for me with tarot, and it is perspective. The first thing that I usually, not the first thing, but one of the things that I usually say to my clients when I do a tarot reading in person is that tarot is a tool that, first of all, gives us perspective, because when we are worried about something or we need to know what is going to happen, normal stuff, it's like having our heads stuck in a hole, just thinking of the problem, the obstacles, the thing that is lacking, whatever. So tarot, it's kind of like a map. It doesn't show everything, of course, because it moves with us depending on the decisions that we take and the steps that we take. So it's more like getting unstuck from that hole and seeing how we really are in the situation, and maybe other people in the situation if they're involved. Perspective, a little bit more of a whole picture of the situation. Hi everyone. Now I'm not sure if I should just keep talking or read the chat. Well, I don't want to go too fast also. So if while I'm talking about these points, anybody has a question, just fire. Okay, I see maybe some subscribers that are a little bit confused. This is a live stream for the tarot community, and it's a special event, and it's in English. And I'm sorry if you're searching for something else. Okay, so that was the first one, perspective. I think that's a very important one. We need to see a little bit farther away from the problem or the fear that we have. So the second point for me will be objectivity. So now we see, if not the whole picture, we see more around, more about ourselves in the situation and around ourselves in the situation. So we have a little bit more clarity and also reality, because most of the time it's not the same what we think is going on and what is really going on. And also about objectivity for me in my personal experience and journey with the tarot, because I really started to get deep in the tarot because of personal worry that I had, and I wanted to know more. But of course, we know that there's this idea around that it's not really good to read for oneself because it's hard to be objective. And I could see that, I understood that, but I was like, but I really need to ask. And I feel like the cards are calling me. So I thought about it as a test for myself, an exercise in objectivity. And I think that really helps. It's not easy every time. Sometimes you cannot really be objective, but it's a good exercise if you really try hard to be objective. Third lesson, following this path, will be empathy, because now you have perspective, more perspective that you had before, a little bit more of reality and objectivity. And also, this one is important when you're asking about a relationship, any kind of relationship. And I do a lot of those sessions, of course, because that is something that is really important for every one of us. Okay, I'll keep going. I don't see any questions really, so about this. Empathy. When we are asking about a relationship, yeah, we are also very focused about our point of view, what we think is going on, what we feel maybe the other person is thinking, or if we don't know, maybe our expectations about the other person or the relationship. And when we see the cards, I always I make a big point about this when I ask about our relationship to the cards, because I think it's very important that the person that is asking in the session understands that the other person it's going through a process also. It's not only about the needs of the client or the expectations of the client, but we tend to forget that the person that we are dealing with, sorry for my English tonight also, but the person that we are dealing with in the relationship, they are also going through a process of their own inside of them. And that helps to tune into empathy in that relationship when we start to see that part. May not be what we want to know, what we want to hear about the other person if we are asking about someone else, but it really helps. Then another important lesson will be patience. Because of course we want the results now. We want it to go quick. But life doesn't work that way. Don't we know that? So, when you have bigger perspective, more of a whole picture, or as whole picture as you can get in that spread, in that session, the information that you get, you have a little bit more of objectivity, and you can be more empathic with the other people or the other person if it's a relationship, or with yourself maybe. Hi everyone coming in. Thank you for coming. um yeah, what was I saying? Patience. Now that we have more pieces of the puzzle and we can understand better how it all works together and fits, now we have to work our patience, because we have to understand it's a process for ourselves, for the other person or people involved, and also for the whole situation. Here, maybe we can think about astrology, if you are interested in that. I'm not an astrologer, I'm not super knowledgeable about that, but I think that also helps. There you can see maybe the patterns. If you do the tarot readings, I know more about the whole moment that we're experiencing as a whole, as all of us, kind of like astrology, but I see it more in the cards. So I know what I see in the cards, and I know it fits with the astrology events. So that really helps to work on patience. Because as fast as we want to go in life, and everything is going more faster and faster all the time, but at the same time, it's kind of weird because we have to be conscious that it requires time, sometimes a lot of time. I think I'm going too fast. It's been only 15 minutes. And I only have 5 lessons. And these have been the fourth one. Okay, so anybody has any questions or thoughts? Or now I'm gonna watch the chat for a little bit, if you don't mind. I know there is a method built to work with tarot for timelines. If that is what you mean, Hermit. Oh, that is a difficult subject, I believe, in tarot. When people ask how long it's going to take. Questions above. Okay. You know, my computer is going a little bit slow, so I'm on it. The eclipse. We can talk about the eclipse, Anahi, if you want. As I said, I'm not really an astrologer, but I have a loose idea about the general topic about it. Mm, Thank you, Kay. Yeah, I know this is kind of late, but can the tarot give us time scales, do you think? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I'll answer that. If I missed any other question, just let me know. Time. Every time a client asks about time, I tend to say that is really hard to say. I know there are spreads. I don't really use those. It's kind of like the old style of interpreting, for example, the court cards, the queen, the king, the knight, the page. Because I even read about it, like if it's the, I don't know, the queen of swords, she's gonna be blonde hair, blue eyes. That's too specific for me, honestly. um, the way I tune with the cards is more through energy. So I don't know. I'm not really sure about time. Sorry. Uh, you are so calming. I swear my blood pressure is lowering as you speak. Me? Well, Veronica, thank you. I hope that helps. Yeah, I've been told that a few times in my life. I kind of believe that maybe I make people fall asleep. I don't know. Maybe in 10 minutes, all of you will be sleeping. Um, yeah. How have you experienced these lessons in your life or the lives of those you assist? Well, it's hard to tell for now about those I assist because only a few have come back for now. They're starting to coming back because I haven't even been a whole year reading for people, not even a year, almost. It will be in September. In September, it will be a whole year that I've been reading for people as kind of a professional tarot reader. It's hard for me to believe still, but yeah, that's what I do for a living now. So I guess I am. And for me, as I said, well, my story is kind of like about a relationship. It's not a relationship, but it's someone that I feel something for. So I started asking about this link and this person, and that is really how I study hardcore the tarot. And yeah, it gave me and it still gives me all these lessons: the perspective, the hard work on objectivity, the empathy. About that, the empathy one, I see it more in the clients that I read for, because my god, there are really messed up relationships, family relationships, friends, romantic relationships. It really doesn't matter. The spread that I do fits for any kind of relationship, really. So, but yeah, and patience, I guess it's like a universal lesson, but the tarot really shows you that it's a process and you have to be patient. You can be asking every day, because I did that, and I could see how the thing was progressing, but really, really, really slow, depending on the situation and the people. Some people move really slow, so you need to understand that you have to be patient. Mm, I hope that answer your question. Did I miss anything else? Okay, I'm not good with timing in tarot. Yeah, I mean, don't feel bad about that. It's not. I don't think it's about you. I think maybe it that looking at the tarot through that point of view, it's only for some people. I don't think that will work with everyone. And I don't think it's your, like, you have a problem about that, so don't feel bad. I usually don't look at the tarot that way. I don't really care about timing, because, like I said, patience, it's a great lesson. So you cannot really ask about timing if you need to have patience. How do you feel about doing readings for yourself as compared to reading for other people? Well, that one is really easy. Spirit of the Path. Thank you for the question. That one is easy because when I read for other people, it's usually easier for me because I have more distance, obviously, so I can be more neutral. And the only problem that I find is when the person in front of me it's kind of resisting to understand what I'm trying to say. At the end they do, but sometimes they, if it has to do with some relationships, maybe family dynamics that are with big wounds, emotional wounds, or romantic relationships, also there are big emotional wounds there. Sometimes that can be hard to break, that barrier there, to them, for them to really get the info in what I'm saying. And also sometimes when they ask me about a third person, like the the person that they have the relationship with, I feel like, because as I said, I when I do the readings, for me it's more kind of, I obviously read the cards and I know what they mean, but I also use the intuition in the sense that I feel the energy somehow. And sometimes I can really feel like a wall. Like I see there's maybe confusion in that person mind or their feelings, but I cannot really see more. And they ask me, what's wrong? What is behind that? And I say, I'm really sorry, but I cannot tell you. It's like a wall. I cannot read anything else here. And with myself, it's harder sometimes because for me, there's not that space with the situation. So if I'm, imagine the Five of Wands, that energy, that like stumble with yourself, trying to do a lot of things at the same time, and you just stumble with yourself, with your own energy. And when I sometimes I pick the cards and I ask something, and I lay the cards, and nothing has any sense. Like the cards are completely disconnected from one another. And there I know that I have to stop. That it's me that is confused. I cannot really see anything there. Other times I do have some objectivity and perspective, and then I can ask. In some other times, this hasn't happened a lot, but it's funny. I feel like a calling from the cards. It's like, and this is true. One time, kind of heard in my head, pick the cards. We have something to tell you. And I pick up the cards. I shuffle. Just some cards flew down, and there was a clear message there. So I was like, okay, it wasn't really me. Thank you. What else? Um, I think if they ask about timing, then they are only delaying its manifestation into reality. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I think that is just our anxiety playing tricks with us, and it really doesn't help. It's not easy to, yeah. My English is going. Setting a time might hold people back when they need a push ahead for it to feel good. Hello, the people saying hi. Mexico City. What's wrong with the chat? Okay. Ooh, I think I'm missing so much. Come on. Let me move it. Doesn't let me move it. What are sorry if I missed. Oh, come on. Now it's moving too fast. I'll get it. I'll get there. I'll get there. Just bear with me. Okay, no. This is too far back. I'll get there. We still have a lot of time. I'm going so fast. I'm sorry. Um, it will happen when it happens, but how you feel about it change massively from holding back to actively working towards. And now it comes to mind something really funny because that's true. If you are really anxious to have a result, you can be holding it back actually with that energy because you are fighting something inside. So it's clearly not the right moment for you to have it. So it's going to get it pushed back until you're ready. That has definitely helped me work on my patience as well. Yeah, Shane, I know. Yeah, I know. It's a big lesson. It's a really big lesson. In life, as I said, I was talking with a friend this afternoon about this. And yeah, that is, I think it's the more universal one. Well, and maybe the last one. I haven't get to the last one yet. Do the majors have significantly bigger lessons than the minors? Well, yeah, of course. I do think that. Because as we know, the minors are more like the everyday stuff, like more detail. And the majors are, especially for me, cards like the Judgment, Death, Justice, the Hierophant. It's like, especially the Hierophant, maybe not in all decks, but in some, for me, it's kind of a calling, like a spiritual calling that you have to respond and you have to be. Um, there goes my English again. Don't know. It's gone. I also prefer to read for what happens in water. Would you say then that the majority of your parents ask about relationships above anything else? That is a really good question, Simon. Obviously, for sure, the more common questions are work, money, economical security, and love, relationships. But not so much only love, like a romantic relationship, also any kind of relationship, like family, especially family and romantic relationships. Yeah, for sure. Those are the biggest questions every time. Sometimes I get a nice surprise and people ask me about their spiritual development. That is a challenge, but it's also really cool. But also, I have to admit, I do like to ask about relationships because maybe it's because the spread works so well. The spread that I use, I call it the star spread because of the shape, and it has almost everything you need to know in the relationship, especially in the present. It has the last part. It's where it is going, but it's more on the present moment and each of the persons you are having in the relationship and everything, helping, not helping, and all that jazz. Um, Come on, chat, move. I wish I had more patience. Yeah, we all want more patience, of course. I think the more you read tarot, the more you understand that we're always trying to progress in a situation that the cards can help show us the way. It's so cynical from full to world and back. No, cyclical, not cynical. I'm not. I don't even know what I'm reading. Um, mm, 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 mm. I understand what you're trying to say. I combine my intuition with the meanings of the cards. Yeah, that's the way I read the cards. I started, of course, I guess, as everyone else, reading the books, memorizing the meanings. Hi, Rosa. Don't know if you were. I just saw you. Yeah, but then when you start to know the meanings and everything, you just also looking the illustrations help a lot because that sparks something. And I have to say, especially with the Druidcraft Tarot and with the Morgan Greer in a tin, I have the small one. With the Morgan Greer, the first day I did a reading for myself, it was amazing because it was like watching a movie, literally. I didn't even have to try hard to know what it meant. It was like a movie. Mm, what are your techniques to communicate to your clients that what they are experiencing is a lesson? I know always an easy conversation. Yeah, it never is an easy conversation. My techniques. I don't know if you. I mean, I'm really straightforward. I was talking about this these past days. I was on a trip visiting a friend, a very good friend, like a brother, and I read the cards for him and for a brother of his, and we talked about it a lot. And I was trying to explain that I really work hard on how I express the information that I get in the cards. And he says that I'm really articulated and really clear and to the point, but also I think I'm really sensitive about it, but really clear about what I see. And one of the things that I repeat a lot is that is a lesson, especially with relationships. Every relationship we have in life, it has a purpose. And now it comes to mind the hashtag that Simon did about reason, season, and lifetime, right? About a deck or about a relationship. So yeah, this is one thing that I really try to explain. There's always a lesson. It's a process, and not only it is a process from now to the future. It is a process now. Everything is a process all the time. We are in a I mean, it doesn't finish. It never finished. And for the most part, people understand this. So yeah, it's just sometimes with some people it's just the first barrier, but when they see, what I connect most is how they're feeling and the other person is feeling, and when they see everything clicks, then they want to know more and then they want to understand the lesson. So yeah, it's just the first moment, then they really open up, and a lot of people start crying. That's also true, but then they live happy, so I guess that's good. um Move chat, come on, now it's frozen. Okay. Hey, yeah. Like, don't be boring, feels what? I think I missed something. Oh, the chat is not working with me. It's not moving. Oh, doesn't let me go up or down. Ooh, now it moves. In the meantime, it's so hot here in my city. So I guess everything is going to be slow also because of that. I don't even know the temperature exactly, but it's really, really, really hot here. Okay. I'm just gonna read the. Hey, Brian. Oh, thank you for coming in. People who have blogs on groups of people. What? I have. Oh, that I always pull a card that says to me that I move at my own pace. Do not go too fast to others. My best work is at my pace, not others. It has a snail with a fairy. Yeah, yeah. I now every yeah. Hi, Brian. Everyone is saying hi to Brian. B big B. It's the new nick, Jeff. B big B. I've been in and out today, but I'm catching up on everyone's great clips. What a blast! I can't wait to see the other videos. I'm not sure if I'll be able to continue after this one because it will be really late for me and I'm really tired, but I will speak later. Okay, so there's still a lot of time. Your opinion on prejudice. Prejudice. Not sure if I pronounced that okay, but prejudice. Well, my opinion. That is because there's something they don't want to face and accept about reality, about themselves, and it's easier to judge others or situations or opinions or what is the time in your end. For me right now, it's uh, come on. I won't be even able to say the time in English now. 40 to midnight, something like that. I hope you understand. It's 40 minutes to midnight here for me. So, yeah, kind of late, which usually I don't mind, but I've been traveling for 4 hours this afternoon, so we're only halfway through with all of this delicious tarot goodness. Oh God, I wish I could have watched from the beginning, from Simon's. Yeah, halfway there. We're halfway there. Now I'm in the middle. Like Thursday. So we still have a lot of time. Well, should I just talk about the last one, the fifth one, the 5 lessons? So we have perspective, again, seeing, if not the whole picture, a little bit more, having more clarity. Then we go into objectivity. Now that we have more information, we need to be more objective, see it more clearly, and see more the reality of it. Then we go to empathy because we can understand better the other's point of view and also the process that they are going through. It's not just us. Sorry. Then we have patience because we need to be patient with our process, with the other's process, and with the whole situation. And then we get to the last lesson for me, and I thought about this days after deciding this was going to be the subject, which is something that really comes up in every session, because this is the whole point for me with tarot, which is empowerment. We have the tools, the capacity, the energy to manifest whatever we want. Most of the time, we don't believe in our own uh, capability, or we don't believe we have the resources. We won't have it. Nobody's going to help us. 5 of Pentacles, right? I'll get to the comments and questions later because I'm seeing something that Shane, I think it was, and I'm sure I missed something else. But yeah, and I thought about the Magician. I think that can be the kind of like the last lesson from the tarot. After having perspective, objectivity, empathy, and patience, then we can understand that having all of that in mind, we are the magicians and the manifestators of our own reality and life. If we start to trust our own power, I'm seeing myself frozen in the page. I hope everyone is. Can you all see me? Everything is fine, right? You can hear me and see me? Oh, bye, Brian. Sleep well. Integrate your knowing. Yeah. Not frozen. Okay, cool. I was scared for a moment there because I saw myself frozen and I was like, what is going on? Okay, I'm okay. So, yeah, empowerment. I think that's the final lesson. And now I'm going to try to go up because I'm sure there were questions that I missed. So, what do you think, guys, about the life lessons from tarot? I want to hear your life lessons with tarot. I'm gonna try to find the questions first, but not moving. The chat is not working for me. Oh, come on. Work with me. Work with me here. Oh, yeah, there you are. I'm not sure I will be able to go up any more than this, but I like your thinking on everything being a process, no destination. So my question will be, do you believe in being able to attain a state of permanent enlightenment? Wow, Shane. That is freaking amazing question. um, do you believe in being able to attain a state of permanent enlightenment? Well, maybe that is wishful thinking in this life. Because if we are here, we are learning. So I don't think we can attain a permanent enlightenment state until the very end if we are lucky. We can attain a fair enough state of being conscious while learning, and integrate that. But permanent enlightenment, I think that will be kind of like, okay, I'm done living now, bye, don't have to come back. That is my guess. Because, and it's funny because last night and today, it has been kind of hard for me in a emotional, personal level. I'm going to try to go down again in the chat and it's not working. Okay. So this trip that I did to visiting my friend has taught me that, yeah, you maybe are a few steps. Ooh. Uh, Maybe you are a few steps uh, in front of other people and you can help them, but you don't know everything. I am, of course, I'm not completely enlightened, so I still have some things to work on, emotional things to work on. And I realized it hit me really hard last night and especially today. So it's kind of like, going up and down. You go up in some lessons, then you have to go down to find another lesson, and you get that solve or learn, and then you have to find another one. Hi, Becca. I just saw you. I'm not sure for how long you've been there. Thank you for coming. I have learned as I spend a lot of time in the tower energy and a couple other scar energies too. There's another thing I said a lot to my clients, and is again touching a little bit with astrology. I'm not an expert, but I try to hear people that know more about astrology and know a little bit what's going on. But it's for now it's not really my thing. But what I saw that I could see in the cards that last year was kind of a tower year. So a lot of structures that maybe mental structures or real structures in the outside world that are coming down, things that we have to let go mentally or physically because there are new beginnings coming in. Truly are, because in every reading there are lots of aces, full, empress, like new life, new beginnings. And last year and this one, it's a special moment to work on letting structures and maybe expectations just go away, because they're not working with us, they're going against us, they're stopping us from growing and from going in the direction that we really want to go. Enlightenment is a journey, not a destination. Yeah, I'm into that. It's at the point when I can feel when I am sliding into a tower time period. Okay, I'm not sure if I missed any other question. Once we close one karmic cycle in life lessons, why do we get more added to our lives? It's a challenge to be up and down emotions when the lessons never get finished. What? Once we close one Why do we get more added to our lives? It's a challenge to be up and down in emotions. This is hard to say, really. I don't really know. I wish I had the answers, but these are big questions. I'm facing those myself. I can clearly see patterns in my life, things that are coming very similar, especially twice. So my guess is that I haven't worked out everything that I could the last time, so I need to work it again. Although I do have to, now that we're talking about this, I do have to admit to you guys that lately it's been hard for me to understand why do we have to make everything so incredibly hard sometimes and painful and difficult. Because I do understand we are here to learn, and I do understand everything that happens is for a reason, and there is a lesson everywhere in everything. But when you think about the struggles that we sometimes have to face, the pain, why is really that pain necessary? That's what I don't understand. What do we have to learn in such a hard way? Yeah, there goes my question too. If anyone has an answer to that. Because literally I finished my topic. So now it's just chatting. Is enlightenment pure peace? Not for me. I think not that the enlightenment itself is not necessarily pure peace, because enlightenment is, well, maybe kind of. For me, it's comprehend completely, maybe. But I don't think it's kind of like in just one single move, because we are so far behind. I believe we have so much more to open our mind and see and understand and comprehend and integrate, that it has to be step by step. So I feel like I'm talking to myself and just missing the the conversation here. I've found enlightenment to be messy and painful, but so worth it. But yeah, Veronica, I do understand. Yeah, and you're right. But I think it's because we make it messy and painful, and I don't really get why we have to make it messy and painful. I don't know. Maybe it's too innocent of me, but I have this resistance there. Like, okay, I understand, and I accept it, and I work with it. But there's a part of me that says I don't really get why we have to make it so messy and painful. Enlightenment means to reveal your Buddha nature to me. That can be done through practice. We don't always remain there though. We slip in and out. But yeah, Simon, you're right. And I think it's because we cannot really learn the whole, all the lessons, the whole lesson in just one take. It's not, it's too much, it's too big. If we think about the universe, how big it is, we are just a small fraction of it. And we have only with ourselves so much trouble. So trying to understand how the whole machine works, that is a huge conscience to understand. It has to go step by step, lesson by lesson, day by day, moment by moment, I guess. And we integrate just bit by bit. My grandfather will say nothing is bad in life if we learn from it. I'm absolutely, yeah, I think the same. If not, we will repeat it. Yes. What you resist repeats itself, of course. And also, well, I mean, it can be painful so you're not going to feel it as a good thing. But it's always better if you think, what is the lesson here? For example, because we have time. In this trip I did, we went to the mountains, to the forest. I was in heaven, people. I was so much in heaven in this place because this city is San Sebastian, and it is in the north, up really up in the north in Spain, and it has mountains and the sea. The city is right in the middle, so it is heaven on earth. I swear. If you want to go somewhere really special, go to San Sebastian. Just believe me. And it's not my city, I don't care. It's so freaking amazing. And the people, it's really nice and really polite. But yeah, we were in the forest and I was in heaven. I was even talking with some trees. Yeah, because I do that. I'm crazy. I'm the crazy trees lady. Um, and I was walking with my friend, and I told him, "Yeah, let's go that way." And I don't even know why or how I twisted my ankle, and it was painful. And I went to the floor like immediately. I was on the floor, and then I stood up, and I had this rush. I guess it was blood rush to my head. I was almost out. I had to sit down on the floor and touch the ground, and I somehow connected with the energy, and I just focused on my breath, and it was finished in a minute. I didn't pass out, thank God, and I believe it was because I used that moment to, okay, I'm on the floor, I hurt myself, I'm on the floor, I'm about to pass out. I don't know, I swear I have no idea what happened because it was in a second. No reason. And I was paying attention to the floor, but no reason. That happened. And I went to the floor and I touched the earth and I felt it. And I believe I used that energy in it. A minute later, I was fine. I mean, the ankle hurt like hell, but it still hurts. But I was better. And the funny thing, my friend was by my side, and there was a few horses, like free, they live there, and they were passing by and eating grass. And I don't know why, when I was about to pass out, feeling the earth, I said to them, thanks guys, because they were just, I don't know why I said that. But then one of the horses made I don't know how you say it in English, but made a noise, and then my friend said, have you heard that? That was her response, because it was instantly for me, because I was in kind of in another plane, I felt it like there was more time in between. But my friend said, that horse replied to you. I was like, okay, well, I don't know, but it was a really funny moment. The thing is, after that, I started to be more conscious about everything. Maybe it's just me, but I used that experience to be more conscious and feel the earth and my surroundings. I don't know, it really worked for me, and it bring up a lot of ideas and things that I had to be more conscious. Okay, now I want to see the comments about this crazy story. But the chat is not moving. I love trees and hugging the two together. Lovely. Yeah, I don't hug trees because there are a lot of insects, and I have to confess I'm not a big fan of insects. But yeah, I put my hands, just the hands, not hugs yet. I'm a hugger. That's so good. Oh, good. I'm a hugger too. That's cool. That's cool. I'll be a hugger one day. But bugs, I don't really. So for me, for now, it's just the hands. About having to, yeah, to feel whole too. I'm like talking about hugging trees again. Not being one with nature is not crazy. No, being one with nature is not crazy. Okay. Being one, yeah. And since I'm talking about this, I have to confess something. Right before that, I was not hugging but touching a tree, and I was trying to just, I don't know, just ask if there was any message. And I had the clear idea. I cannot really say I heard a voice in my head or something like that, but there was a clear message of, we are waiting for you. And I just burst into tears. And that was right before twisting my ankle. I didn't walk under a tree today because I was afraid of bugs falling. I do understand that, creative coffee. I do understand. Yeah. I love trees, but the bugs not so much. So I do get it. I can't remember the last time I hugged a tree. I should probably do it soon. I should do that too. But Shane, if you just want to, that's what I do. I just put my hands. I'll take you into Sherwood Forest. Yeah, rub it, Simon. Just rub it in our faces. We cannot go there with you guys. I want to go too. I'm not a hugger. It gets awkward. You mean with the trees or with people? Tree hugging is good medicine. Trees, just being around trees in general. For me, they are teachers, and yeah, they are healers. I'm so glad to see everyone talking about hugging trees. Bugs rule the world. Yes, that's also true. That's true. But what if the tree doesn't want to be hugged? Well, you can ask the tree. You can try to feel the energy first. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Simon, I wish I could. I don't even know how much it will be, but wow, I would love that. Don't tempt me. Bugs were there first. Yeah, that's true also. That is so true. I hug every tree that wants a hug. Do you ask? I don't know. Yes, well, do you ask them? Do you know? Do you talk to them? I am obsessed with trees. Me too, Veronica. Oh my god. I cannot have enough books about trees. Meet us in the forest. Oh, I'm so jealous now. It's got so many years. I understand what you say. I wish I had. Do you ever suppress the urge to hug? Oh, it went away. No, it's gone. No, it's gone. Ah, cannot see it. Is it hugging a tree or of a tree? Let's see it. That called me years ago, and ever since she has been. She's one of the ladies buried on the ground. My cat doesn't want to be hugged. Oh, I know that kind of cat. I had one like that, and I hugged her anyway. They do like it. They pretend they don't like it, but they do. So just do it. Just to annoy it. I always feel afraid I'm welcome to group hug. I'm sorry if I missed something, but the chat frozen on me, and then I read what I can. My cat hates affection 90% of the time. They are pretending. I'm telling you, they are pretending. Just give it to them. if only to annoy them. Trees, 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 trees. Ooh, that one's for me. That's what I tell myself when I'm hugging her and she's yelling at me. Yeah, she's pretending. Group hug, yay! So, I love this tree talking, but going back to the subject, any of you have any other life lesson that you experienced with tarot that maybe I didn't talked about? We're just talking about hugging trees and cats. And group hugs. Lots of hugs. I had a very affectionate cat and a kind of really proud, really queen cat. So I had both. My cat wants a hug 100% of the time. Yeah, I know that also. That's nice. Hugging is not affection to cats. Yeah, probably is not. But it's okay. Do starfish hug each other? 6 cats. Oh my god. Well, maybe not six, but I would love to have a cat again. The chat is going really fast. I start to read and then whoop, it's gone. My cat tolerate my hugs. What about like lessons on balancing work and home? Wow, my brain is so off. Um, life lessons about balancing work and home. I guess not just that, but for balancing everything, because we balance everything all the time. We need to find the balance first in ourselves, inside. It's a reflection, really. Um, how we are inside reflects in the outside, affects the outside, and then that outside affects us as well. So if we need to find the balance outside, we first have to look inside. What it is, it's out of balance in ourselves. What did I miss? Oh yeah, okay. Life lesson. I don't think the tarot represents all of life, but some parts. Well, depending on what you are focusing on, I guess. Accepting the cards pulled for your question instead of asking over and over again to get an answer you like better. Of yeah, yeah, that is important. More cards. Some people say it represents all life experiences. I will disagree. It's a really structured, man-made thing. Cannot represent. Well, of course, like every tool, the tarot is a tool. It's important how you focus the tool. But yeah, I mean, it has its limitations. But it's also important how do you interpret the tool, because there's people, I think, I'm not sure if Jeff talked about it a little bit, I don't know. You can do it as prediction, or I always say I don't look into tarot as a predictive tool. It's more like a study of the present and of yourself. You can see a little bit where it is going now, but it's not as much for me prediction. But some people study the tarot and use the tarot as a predictive tool. So it really depends on what do you want to do with the tool. But we don't have all the pieces. Of course, any no tool that we use, it's going to show everything. But that it's not the point. I don't think that is the point of any tool, and not tarot for me. Yes, I agree. It's how you focus it. Yeah, that's what I relate to. Okay, we're all in the same page. That's good. So we have 20 minutes. Okay, it wasn't that bad. I have literally no more ideas. So if you have any more questions or ideas or things that you want to comment. What I love is how it doesn't divide us, predictive or not, because we have the same goals. Yeah. And that's why for me it's really important the empathy one, the empathy lesson. Because in the end, it really shows that we have the same fears, absolutely, especially the same fears. For me, any conflict comes from fear. So we are basically the same. We are in the same trip. We are in the same game. We are feeling mostly the same. We just maybe act different or hide something. We're always hiding something, pretending something. We make it so difficult. But in the end, we are the same. We are really the same. Fantastic art. That is also true. Oh, what is your read on the of sorts today? On the what? That is not a number. Grun, I don't know what you mean. What is your read on of sorts today? Carpooling? Oh, do you want a car? How has the tire shaped your life? Wow, Simon, that's a big one. Wait a sec. I'll go back to that. Simon is just never going to sleep again. What are you drinking, Simon? What are you having? What tarot card do you think reflects your easiest lesson? And what one your difficult lesson? Now these questions are really good. Hmm. A specific card? Oh God, I have to look at it. Yeah, this one. Well, I think if I have to choose a card, as I mentioned before, I don't know if I can say a small lesson and big lesson, because for me, all of them, or easiest, if it's easy, I don't know. But the Five of Pentacles, that is the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. I think those are the biggest obstacles for us that we put in ourselves, and or we hold on to that. If I have to choose cards. And Simon's question was, how has the tarot shaped your life? Well, how can I answer that? That is because tarot has changed my life in a matter of less than a year in the biggest way possible. It has given me, apart from perspective, more objectivity, more empathy, more patience. Really, it has given me also empowerment, because now I'm doing what I'm passionate about in my life. And I'm not apologizing, I'm not explaining myself. This is what I love, this is what I like. You accept it, you don't accept it, I don't really care. And it's opening some doors for me that I love. You people, for example, the community, the YouTube channel, that is a big one. And the job that I do in this crystal and bookstore where I do the readings also. I feel so fortunate now with my life, and tarot has been like the door opening that for me. I had to go through that door, so I had to believe in my own capacity and to be honest, I just went with the ride. But yeah, you have to trust the path. You have to trust the path. And tarot has given me that. So it has changed my life in a matter than less than a year, a lot. The tarot now say all the answers put you in the life. Do you meditate? I wish I knew. I I don't know. Not really. No, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't meditate. For me, my my way and my biggest meditation is, again, being around trees, just listening to my favorite Celtic music and sitting down watching the trees, just watching the trees. There I had my biggest revelations and empowerment moments in my life. Then also tarot helped, but tarot was more in a practical way that it opened doors for me, and also helped me with relating to people and communicating with people. That's a big one also, working that. But yeah, for me, my meditation is being around trees. Simon, you better behave. What's going on? I didn't mean it like that. I missed this completely. Tarot is a study guide, not an answer sheet. Sheet. Sorry. Uh, yeah. Tarot for me is a companion. It's a friend, really. It can be a map, but it's also a friend. I do feel like there's someone communicating through the cards. Maybe it's a higher self of oneself, or maybe there's something else. But sometimes, not a lot of times, but sometimes I did have conversations through the cards, and this is true. Actually, these past days with my friend, he asked me about a dead relative, and I did a tarot reading for a dead relative, and it made sense. The first time for me, and kind of weird and cool at the same time. So I'm so glad, Keith, that you enjoyed these chats. Shane, I never behave. Heavy. You never behave? Um, the gummy bears. Okay, what am I missing? What's going on in this chat? I think people here are now starting to lack sleep. I kind of think the same. Be thankful you missed it, Andrea. Come on, don't leave me out of this. It's good to be. What is your take on the death card? That's a good one, Carmen. I do love the death card, and I think it's one of the, maybe it's the kind of like, not the whole package, but um, we have so much fear, not only about death, like literal death, like physical death, but any kind of ending. I think that is one of the biggest obstacles that we have to face right now as humanity, uh, in a spiritual learning level, evolution. We need to learn to let go, truly let go, like accept that nothing is eternal apart from the soul, or the essence itself of life, that is so beyond the physical realm. It's just physical. I mean, everything ends, everything dies, and then there's new life. Okay, we have time. Just today we were in another mountain in this city, in San Sebastian, right in front of the sea, and there was a place there that it was the English graveyard, because there was a battle there, and it was the English troops fighting the, I think it was the French, taking back the place. The English fight for getting back the country, or whatever, or the, I don't know. I don't really know the history. My friend told me a little bit. But the thing is, there were battles there, and a lot of English soldiers died fighting that war. And I had a moment. I touched a stone, and I was only trying to connect with the. Actually, I was trying to connect with the masculine energy of, like, the green man or something like that I felt the day before somewhere else. But instead of that, I connected with the earth energy, but it was the feminine side. And instantly I felt pain, like the mother feeling the pain of all those souls, all those people dying there. And I was just crying. And then I went to a tree and I touched the tree, asking for a message. And it was literally like, there is no death. There is literally no death. Because if I was looking around, and that place was literally a graveyard. There were tombs there. A lot of people died there fighting a war because of a piece of land. And you were, if you watched that place, it was so green, so full of life, huge trees, green everywhere, flowers everywhere, huge flowers. It was like life takes over death all the time. That is that is eternal. There is always life. There is always life taking over death. So death is not even real. It's just a step. And that was so powerful. So for me, the death card is one of the best cards that you can get, because it means leveling up. It's a change in so many levels. It's a change that you need, probably, even if it hurts. Thank you, Shane. I was thinking about sharing this, but I wasn't sure because I didn't know if it will fit in the topic. But here we are, almost 5 minutes. So I guess because I wasn't looking at the chat, I should mention in the description you have the link to all the channels, but also to the next one, which is Tara at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. There's the link, and that's all I could do. So yeah, 5 minutes. Oh my god, this has been amazing. I was really worried because I was so exhausted this afternoon. I was like almost like a zombie. Like I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. But oh, thank you. It was relaxing, calming, and wonderful. Not too much, I hope. Oh, I'm so glad that you all liked it and the story. Yeah, I'm glad I finished with that story because it was kind of, I was afraid of sharing it a little bit because it's something that I'm starting to do now, like feeling more in that sense. And I always hesitate about sharing this stuff, but well, with you people, I mean, I'm sure you understand. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shane. And thank you, Veronica, and thank you, everyone. Life is cyclical. Yeah. Putting babies to bed being the next chat. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lucy. Uh, and oh, come on. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, everyone who joined it in this Tarothon idea. But thank you, Simon, for organizing everything. It's amazing what you have done. We are all your minions. So thank you. Thank you because we have to do this again. People should read and find the good on his teachings. Thank you, everyone. Really. Thank you. It was great. Uh, well, 3 minutes. I think for me it's going to be good night because I really need to go to sleep. But this is been amazing. Everyone should feel proud. Absolutely, Simon. You're so right. Thank you to this community. Thank you to everyone, each one of you. Thank you for a great day. Yeah, you too. And I cannot wait to see the other videos, all the videos that I've missed, and the ones that will come after. I'm sure they're gonna be all amazing. And this is amazing, and we have to do this again. And more people has to join. New people has to join. So 2 minutes. Draw a card. Whoa. Okay, 2 minutes. Do we have a? I don't know if we will. Ooh, that's a lot of information. Oh, we have two. 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords. So, don't fight. The end of the conflict. Come on. We have to stop the mind. We really need to stop the mind. Maybe we'll have to go to sleep. Not now, but later. Don't leave. Oh, come on. It's midnight for me. Why you screaming at me? What? Veronica, oh, okay. You're screaming at each other. This is getting crazy. Good crazy, but crazy. So, yeah, come on. End of the conflict. Just end. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I don't know the song. But yeah, no more conflict. No more conflict. Peace. Namaste. That's for you, Simon. So, 1 minute. Okay. Now everyone has to go to the other channel, to Tara's channel. We have the link below. What are you talking about, Veronica? Just let me be my self-deprecating self. Maybe you're too hard on yourself. Yeah, there we have it. Tara is on. So, good night, everyone. Namaste, and see you next time. This has been amazing. Have a good one, everyone. Bye. I'm going to stop it now.